Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with Vikas sir. Transcription number 500 Kailash Chandra magazine 840 words at the rate 100 word per minute. So be ready, start. Under the circumstances, it is only natural, sir, that we should have some measure by which the university education can be coordinated into something which will cater for national unity and for national recovery in the sphere of education. But unfortunately, this bill, with all the fine things that the mover described yesterday, does not attempt to do anything. For instance, it has gone far beyond the terms of reference, if I may say so, of the University Education Commission with regard to the constitution of a University Grants Commission. From the very little, it is obvious that the University Grants Commission will deal with the allocation of funds that will be permitted by Parliament for educational purposes. That is how it is done in other countries. In England, for instance, the British Parliament makes a grant and the University Commission distributes it among the 19 universities. Full stop. Here, this is not a compulsory measure. This is not an obligatory measure. Now, this is not the way to reorganize education even at the university level. Sir, I quite agree that universities should maintain their autonomy and they should be independent bodies, and their purpose in our society is that of, say, the Supreme Court or the independent judiciary in the sphere of individual rights. They stand for academic freedom. All these things are essential for a university organization, and all these things can be done by better coordination and better control by the central government. But the question is, does this bill, as it has been presented to us now, make any attempt for, or does it even make provision for attempting these things? My humble opinion, sir, is that it does not. To begin with, sir, it has gone far beyond, as I said, the duties imposed on the University Grants Commission by the University Education Commission itself. Secondly, it has failed to understand the reasons why there is a fall in the standards of education and the reasons why there should be a coordination of efforts and for determining the standards of teaching and examinations in our universities. Sir, the standards of teaching and examinations can be maintained only by the university itself. It is not legislation that determines the standards of a university. It is not the inspecting bodies that determine the standards of a university. The standards of a university are determined by the teaching staff, by the university authorities, by the academic bodies, and by the morale of students, which also depends upon these factors. Now, there is nothing in this bill, nor is this the kind of a bill which is needed to ensure these things. Already in this country we have other educational bodies. We have from time to time our vice chancellors conferences, we have the inter university board, and we have the central advisory board of education. All these bodies deal with the problems arising in universities, the problems arising out of this amorphous growth without any rule or without any order or without any plan or without any design or without any policy. Now these things have not been dealt with by these advisory bodies. Therefore, if the government thinks that a statutory body should be created, then I should say that this is not the kind of bill that should be produced. Secondly, sir, what is the means of control that the organization will have when it is constituted? Question mark. The means of control is finance, and finance that it has is very inadequate indeed, as it is evident from the financial memoranda. Now we may agree that the University Grants Commission is likely to get huge grants, as it should, in my opinion, because one recalls the statement made by the minister in the British Parliament after distributing 12.5 million pounds to 19 universities. He said, if there is a demand for university education, I will not hesitate to grant more funds. That should be the spirit in which our parliament should work with regard to the encouragement of university education. Now there is no obligation on the government to supply funds, nor is there any on the universities to apply for funds. Mr. Chairman, sir, the speakers who have preceded me have given a very grim picture of the economic situation, employment situation, and a very depressive situation on the country. I am glad to know that Sri Vasant Seth was speaking in 1979 in favor of this sort of a bill, and I am very glad that he has again contributed to the debate in a very constructive manner. Well, we have figures galore, statistics galore, but figures and statistics would not solve our own problem. Every year, the figure of 8 million unemployed is added. We are sending rockets into the sky, but we are not spending enough money for the poor and the needy people of this country. We have made serious mistakes in various fields, as has been pointed out by Sri Vasant Seth. Full stop.